Greetings, blade fans. This old sword back with you once again, and with another curved sort of a blade. What do you know? This is a brandy new one from the CMB knife company, and it is referred to as the Falcon. I guess it'd have to be some name like that to say that we're talking about something like a raptor's claw. So this is the Falcon. It is a Karambit style knife, I'm going to call it. We could call it a claw knife, but with the ring and the hook, it really does sort of fall into the Karambit territory. It is nicely made of Aus 10, not a bad steel. Cold steel uses that quite a bit. We've got some very nice effective jimping there on a ramp. And we've got the provision to put your thumb all the way out. So if you're not a ring type person, then what we do have, I'm going to move the camera a little bit. It's a little bit off. Okay. What we do have is a knife that you can hold point up, edge forward, to be used in this fashion. And there are, in fact, Karambit styles using the Karambit in this fashion. So it's certainly not unheard of. And to me, this reminds me a lot of, stand by, reminds me of dropping something in the workshop here. It reminds me of your good old linoleum knife. We used to call this a linoleum knife. There you go. Get it at any hardware store for, I think, under 10 bucks. Round handle. And look at the similarity. Huh? Look at that. So, yeah, I mean, there's a cheap defensive knife for you if you want a claw-style knife. But if you want something a little nicer and foldable, this might be something you're interested in. So we've got a folded over, well, not a folded over clip. It's a clip that's going to leave about 1.25 inches out of your pocket. It is transferable to the left side for lefties and holds quite nicely in the Karambit style with, fortunately, not too much handle left over on the bottom side. Sometimes they make the handles a little long on the Karambit style knives. So if you're a Karambit knife stylist, this could fit the bill. Now, it doesn't have that perfect point forward Indonesian style. It's got more of a sickle shape to it, okay? On this particular one, we've got a really nice blue-gray G10, nicely milled, good quality. And we've got a jimped ring that is part of the backspacer. So I think this is going to be steel. Yep. So we've got a steel backspacer, steel ring, good and sturdy. It is a liner lock with what appears to be about a 20%, maybe 25% lockup. Pretty good thick liner. And you can open it with a front flipping action, actually pretty easy, and doesn't have a real light tune to it, but there you go. You can use that fuller to open it as well. The fuller's kind of decorative, kind of, just kind of an embellishment. Good handle, though. I mean, it's a good size handle. I have a medium-large hand, and I can hold it like that if I want. If I didn't like the ring, for you stylists of the, shall we say, Libre fighting system, bent, then you've got yourself that type of knife as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold too well with the point down, edge in. It's just going to kind of curve back into your hand. So either this way or Karambit style with the ring or without the ring. We're going to measure it up because I like to do that. There might come a time when I stop measuring and just flash the stats up on the screen for you. But let's see, we're going to measure it. It's kind of an odd way to measure the overall length from the tip, but you get the idea. 7 inches, okay? and 2 3/4 inches of the blade length and about 2.3 cutting edge. And let's get these out and go straight to, well, let's go straight to the handle. Deal with the blade in a moment. 0.55 across the handle and 0.13 across the blade. I think we're going to get about 3.7 millimeters maybe. No, 3.3. 3.3 millimeters. Let's do that again. Yeah, 0.13. Okay. And how about the weight? Let's see if the scale is going to cooperate today. All right. And we've got 4.54 ounces, 4.5 ounces. So that is the Falcon. I think a really nicely well-made Karambit style knife, claw style knife, talon style knife. Let's put it up against a few others of the same ilk. How about the Gara by Beyond EDC, the Dirk Pinkerton design, one of my favorites. Not as much hook by any means, just a faint bend there. And the thought here was that you've still got a thrusting point as well as a slashing point. And a much broader cutting surface, less defined. Here's one from Concept, KTC3, a Coke tool design. KTC3. Let's move the Gara out of the way for a moment. These are very similar. When I saw this one, it reminded me of this one, except, of course, we've got the ring. They're about the same length, roughly the same blade length. This one's just a little bit longer. And again, less of a claw, less of a curve there, kind of similar to the Gara with regards to that. They're all just a little bit different, though, a little different flavor. Let's leave them out there while we bring out a beautiful Tucson, one of my favorite eye candy style, eye candy Karambits, just a beautiful Karambit designed by Mazwan Mokhtar. I'm going to get you the number on that in a minute because they weren't on the blades at this point in time, and I forget the number. All right, as I did recall correctly, it's the TS242. This one's unusual in that it's meant to be tucked in the waistband and has no clip. And Mazwan is, I believe, from the Indonesian area of the world, Malaysia, Indonesia, and he said the stylist there, the Penjat Silat stylist there, like to simply tuck it in the waistband or perhaps in a pocket, and they practice on how to take it out. This is a frame lock. It's M390. It's got beautiful carbon fiber. It's got like this tractor tread design on the ring. I think of all of these, it's certainly the richest. It's the most elegant of these claw style knives. And this is referred to as the Karambit claw, the TS242. So let's move the Gara out of the way and the KTC3 out of the way by Coke Tool Design. Again, that is a concept knife. And bring the Falcon back into the picture. We'll do a quick compare here in case you need to see it with a good old full-size Griptilian. And there's the Griptilian. And maybe if you straighten this guy out, it would be close to the same length, but since it isn't, it's a good 1.5 inches longer on the Griptilian. And if we close them both up, pocketable size, we're seeing that this is slightly longer than the Griptilian. So open, the Griptilian's got a little bit more blade real estate. Closed, this one's bigger because you've got the ring, obviously. And again, you know, it's going to be sticking out of your pocket, but that's a good thing as well as a bad thing. I mean, you've got a lot of knife showing there with a bright ring. And I think they may make these in a darker black and a blacked out blade. I'm going to give you a link to White Mountain Knives where this came from. And you can see all the models out there in case you prefer another one. But I think it's quite well made. AUS 10, nice steel, nothing to sneeze at. As I said, Cold Steel uses it. I'm not making excuses for it. The AUS 10 knives I've had from Kubi are really excellent performers. But beautifully done blade, satin finish on this one. Thick, but not too thick. Thins out nicely to the tip. So you've got a very, very, I would say, devastating, gashing tip. And that comes through with a, I would say, a hyper sharp blade with a high flat grind. Is it a flat grind? Hard to tell on a curved knife, but I'm going to call it flat grind. There's the CMB logo and just a little mark there saying it's AUS 10, and that's about it. So minimal branding, nice knife, even if you're using this as a trade tool, carpet, tile, rope, whatnot. I think it could come in handy as an EDC for that purpose. So there you go. That is the CMB Falcon. Hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. I'll be back with you soon.